Number 33, Carson Smith.
Shields is a proud supporter of Post 58 Legion Baseball. Stop by Village Point at 168th and West Dodge Road for all of your sporting goods and apparel needs.
AWS Well Company, Inc. has been providing professional, reliable, and trusted service in the water well industry for over 50 years. We take pride in being a leader in water well drilling, geothermal systems, pump sales and pump repair, agricultural irrigation system, and septic installation. Our experts can custom design and install a water system that fits your specific needs. For more details, you can contact AWS Well at 402-624-3895.
For a magical, one-of-a-kind festival featuring fabulous vintage antiques and junk vendors, along with makers, food trucks, bands, homemade apple cider and donuts, and of course those Bloody Marys. Then come to Junk Stock this fall, September 27th through the 29th, and October 4th through the 6th. Head over to junkstock.com for more information about this top 10 festival in America per the USA Today. At Junkstock, we are all about peace, love, and junk. See you this fall.
The Nebraska Chiropractic Physicians Association is a professional association of chiropractic physicians whose mission is to promote and advance the chiropractic profession in the state of Nebraska. Chiropractic is natural, holistic, and patient-centered. It is a safe, drug-free, cost-effective alternative in healthcare for the whole family. Start your path to better health today. Learn more about chiropractic care and find a doctor at nebraskachiropractic.org.
Black Hills Energy is a proud sponsor of Waterloo Valley Post 58 Baseball. You need an energy partner that's always looking ahead. That's why we at Black Hills Energy are always ready to support, inspire, and drive your next adventure, whatever it may be. Because supporting your day-to-day is our everyday. And we're always here, ready for what comes next. Find out more at blackhillsenergy.com.
At the Athlete Factory, you can be the best player you can be, all while practicing indoors. Down in Waterloo, Nebraska, the Athlete Factory specializes in indoor softball, baseball, soccer, and basketball training. Some services include facility rentals, lessons, and camps. Here at the Athlete Factory, we pride ourselves on teaching skills to better players and teams. So if this sounds like a good opportunity to parents or coaches, you can find us at our Facebook page, The Athlete Factory Nebraska, or schedule an appointment on the website, which will lead you straight to scheduling today.
Is it a good time to sell your house? Is it a good time to buy a house? Realtor Carrie Wilcox with Nebraska Realty knows the answer. Give her a call at 402-212-2271 today to get all these questions answered.
First inning, the shortstop, number 2, Jackson Skydeman.
And welcome back to Frost Family Stadium right here on BSDN Live. Austin McNorton, Matt Richmond here with you from Chris Frank Field in Valley, Nebraska. It's game number 2 of day number 2 and game number 6 of the 2024 Nebraska American Legion Class B Junior State Tournament hosted here in Valley. It is the ETC Knights of Mount Michael taking on the Wingnuts of Waterloo Valley, the host site, who automatically qualifies. They're 6-17 on the season. The Knights come in with an overall record now. After their walk-off loss last night, they are now 28-11 on the summer. It is the 1-2-3 hitters due up for the Wingnuts. They are the road team here in their home stadium. So that brings up Jackson Skydeman into the right-hand batter's box. He'll be playing shortstop today. The Wingnuts in their home white jerseys with white pants and blue numbers. And ETC Mount Michael in the road red unis with black numbers and white pants. And out on the mound here this afternoon is Nolan Jocelyn, and he walks Jackson Skydeman, and a leadoff base runner for the Wingnuts.
Skydeman draws the walk. That'll now bring up the center fielder, number 7, Mason Pettit.
How did both of these teams get here this afternoon? Well, ETC Mount Michael was trailing Alliance 3-0. They came all the way back and tied it in the 5th inning 3-3. And then they got walked off by Alliance in the bottom of the 7th and lost 4-3 here in the losers bracket. And Waterloo Valley, they were the final game of the night yesterday. And they got run-ruled by West Point 9-0 against a Bomber squad that was really effective.
Yeah, ETC got some bad luck yesterday. They had a bad hop that ended up getting the winning run in against them.
Yeah, there was 2 outs and a runner at third, and the ball was hit really hard over to the shortstop, who I'm trying to think who it was at the time, because today playing shortstop is Preston Petrosky. Ah, man. I'll know the name when I see it. And this one gets away from Alessandro, and Jackson Skydeman moves up into scoring position now with nobody out.
It was Burrows.
Yeah, that does sound right. Yep, that does sound right.
It was Ashton Burrows playing short, and it just hit something just right, and it went right over his head.
Yeah, wicked hop against him. And this is hit pretty hard. Through the hole on the right side. Rounding third and stopping is Skydeman. A good decision because it was a good relay from Gates, the right fielder of ETC. But Waterloo Valley in business. Runners at the corners and nobody out.
With a base hit to right. That'll now bring him to the catcher, number 15, Rowan Murdoch.
Here's Rowan Murdoch now stepping up with 2 runners on at the corners and nobody out as Skydeman moves up to third. Pettit stands at first. Nobody out for Rowan Murdoch at the plate, but it's Nolan Jocelyn out there for ETC Mount Michael here today. And we'll take a look at his numbers and his defense as the sun is shining.
Ooh, he barely got back.
Still not really any wind. There really hasn't been here in this whole tournament. It's been pretty perfect weather. We didn't get above 80 degrees yesterday. Runner goes down to second. They will make the throw, and actually a decent attempt as Burrows almost laid the tag down, but Pettit has a successful stolen base. 2 runners in scoring position here for the Wingnuts. Still nobody out. And we'll go ahead and take a look at those first pitch numbers. As it's 77 degrees at first pitch, the sun shining. So that's the warmest that it got all day yesterday. A pop-up on the infield. Burrows is there, and there's one away, and nobody can advance on the infield pop-up. So one away now for the Wingnuts here in the top of the first.
To the second baseman for the first out of the inning. They'll now bring up the first baseman, number 18, Wyatt Tonight.
So it's 77 degrees and sunny here right now. That's the warmest it got all day yesterday with the cloud coverage. And here comes the first baseman, Wyatt Tonight, into the batter's box, and he fouls it off down the third base side and out of play. Taking a look at the Knights defense, it's Cerrone in left, Wewell's out in center, Gates in right, Max Teeter stands at third, Petrosky at short, Burrows at second, Schieber stands over at first, Jocelyn on the mound, and it's Alessandro in the catcher's gear behind home plate today. Wewell was the catcher for ETC yesterday against Alliance. He's now out in center, and Alessandro's behind home plate. And let's go ahead and take a look at see if we have any pitching stats for Jocelyn. I don't. The pitching stats that the head coach for Mount Michael gave me was for Preston Petrowski and Ethan Siegman. Hard hit ball over to second. Burrows will have to fire to first. His only play. It's an RBI fielder's choice for Wyatt Tonight, and the Wingnuts lead it.
Tonight grounds it out to the second baseman for the second out of the inning. Run does score. That'll now bring up the second baseman, number 25, Colton Wilmot.
So, good job by Wyatt Tonight to drive in the run. On the ground out, he also advances Mason Pettit over to third now. 2 outs. Wingnuts leading 1-0 here in the top of the first against Jocelyn, and Colton Wilmot steps up to the plate. So, like I said, it was Petrowski and Siegman were the 2 pitching numbers that ETC Mount Michael gave me statistically. This is a Mount Michael team that's composed of 14 players, 11 of them being rising sophomores, which means they graduate in the class of 2027. The other 3 are rising juniors graduating in 2026. So a young team, but they've had a lot of influences. This is a few younger brothers of some upperclassmen that have either competed on the varsity team in the spring in the high school season or are playing on their senior team this summer. So definitely have been around the game and have that experience from a really talented high school team and summer senior team. There's a strike on Colton Wilmot. Standing up with a runner at third and 2 away. The leadoff walk, Matt, of course, came back to bite him. Always does. Pitch outside. Cold strike 3 to end the side. It's 1 hit, 1 walk, 1 run, and 1 left on for the Wingnuts. To the bottom of the first we go. They lead it 1-0 on BSDN Live.
AWS Well Company, Inc. has been providing professional, reliable, and trusted service in the water well industry for over 50 years. We take pride in being a leader in water well drilling, geothermal systems, pump sales and pump repair, agricultural irrigation system, and septic installation. Our experts can custom design and install a water system that fits your specific needs. For more details, you can contact AWS Well at 402-624-3895. AWS
Black
Well
Hills Energy is a proud sponsor of Waterloo Valley Post 58 Baseball. You need an energy partner that's always looking ahead. That's why we at Black Hills Energy are always ready to support, inspire, and drive your next adventure, whatever it may be. Because supporting your day-to-day is our everyday. And we're always here, ready for what comes next. Find out more at blackhillsenergy.com. Black Hills
The
Energy.
Nebraska Chiropractic Physicians Association is a professional association of chiropractic physicians whose mission is to promote and advance the chiropractic profession in the state of Nebraska. Chiropractic is natural, holistic, and patient-centered. It is a safe, drug-free, cost-effective alternative in healthcare for the whole family. Start your path to better health today. Learn more about chiropractic care and find a doctor at nebraskachiropractic.org. The Nebraska Chiropractic Physicians
Is it a good time to sell your house? Is it a good time to buy a house? Realtor Carrie Wilcox with Nebraska Realty knows the answer. Give her a call at 402-212-2271
Valley
today.
Construction, our team of dedicated professionals is driven by a singular purpose, bringing your unique vision to life through our unrivaled design, build, remodel, and renovation services. With a wealth of industry experience, we have cultivated an impeccable reputation for our extraordinary artisanship, meticulous attention to detail, and unwavering commitment to exceeding customer expectations. Reach out to Valley Construction today to embark on a remodeling journey where your vision is cherished and exceptional results are guaranteed. ValleyNEconstruction@gmail.com. At Valley Construction, our team of dedicated professionals is driven by a singular purpose, bringing your unique vision to life through our unrivaled design, build, remodel, and
Austin McNorton and Matt Richmond back here with you on BSDN Live as we start here in the bottom of the first, and the host site, the Waterloo Valley Wingnuts, lead ETC Mount Michael, and it's an infield pop-up. Colton Wilmot comes under into shallow right to make the catch. There's one away after the leadoff single from Ashton Burrows.
Teeter pops out to the second baseman for the first out of the inning. That'll now bring up the DH, number 37, Jamison Berry.
So Ashton Burrows stands at first with one out now for the DH, Jamison Berry today. And we'll take a look at the Wingnut defense here in just a moment. And another nice catch. This time belongs to Colton Wilmot again. And there's two. Oh, that was actually, I think, Pettit that came in. Yeah. So nice job by Mason Pettit coming in from center field.
For the second out of the inning. That'll now bring up the first baseman, number 38, Will Schieber.
It was just in that shallow part, and Colton and Mason kind of both got there at the same time. Mason makes the catch. There's 2 outs and a runner at first after the leadoff single. And out on the mound today for the Wingnuts is the right-hander Jack Landauer. A good crowd and a warm Sunday afternoon. Attempted pickoff play over at first. Murdoch thought about throwing it down to wide over at first, but Ashton got back there safely. It's Will Schieber, the first baseman in there for ETC. Pitch low, and now Rowan will throw it, but it's high and over the head of Wyatt tonight. And Burrows didn't advance. It didn't get too deep as Van Buren did a good job from the right fielder spot of covering it, from not letting it go too deep out in the right field.
I do have some stats for Landauer.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, you read my mind, Matt. Let's hear him, my friend.
1 second after we go ahead, it was
Schieber
walk.
draws
His walk.
Thank you. So there's 2 on for Mount Michael.
Schieber draws walk. That'll now bring up the left fielder, number 43, Cam Cerrone.
As Ashton Burrows advances to second, Will Schieber's at first. 2 outs, 2 on for the left fielder Cam Cerrone. And Jack Landauer on the mound.
So Jack's thrown 30 innings so far, 7 games started. He is 1-4 on the season. He has given up 38 hits and given up 27 earned runs, 42 runs, 26 walks, 33 strikeouts, and has a 6.3 ERA.
So trying to keep the summer alive for the Wingnuts here and working with a 1-run lead here in the bottom of the first. He has 2 on with 2 outs. And the Wingnut defense is as follows. It's Lopez in left, Pettit in center, made a catch. Van Buren out in right. Brainerd stands over at third. Jackson Scheidemann at short. Wilmot at second, who's made a catch already in this inning. Tonight at first. Landauer on the mound, and Rowan Murdoch once again behind home plate in the catcher's gear. 2 on, 2 out. Sent through the hole on the right side. Rounding third, coming home is Ashton Burrows, and the relay is late. The game is tied. Throw back to second. It goes off the back of Will Schieber, an RBI single for Cam Cerrone, and we're tied at 1.
Cerrone with an RBI single to right field. That'll now bring up the catcher, number 1, Ben Alessandro.
So Ashton Burrows scores from second. Will Schieber advances to second. He almost got picked off by Rowan Murdoch, rounding it too far. And Cam Cerrone stands at first after the RBI single that ties the game up here in the bottom of the first. Well, if this is how this game is going to go, this should be a pretty fun one here in an elimination afternoon. Summer on the line for each of these 2 teams. This is hit slowly back up the middle. Wilmot watches it go by him. Everyone will be safe on the E4, and the bases are loaded.
Alessandro reaches on the air. That'll now bring up the shortstop, number 5, Preston Petrosky.
So Will Schieber advances to third. Cam Cerrone up to second. Alessandro stands at first. Bases loaded. Still 2 outs here for Waterloo Valley as they face batter number 7 in the lineup now, Preston Petrosky.
Number 12, Ethan Siegman.
And Ethan Siegman, who pitched last night for Mount Michael, he stands over at first now as a courtesy runner. A big spot here for Petrosky, who watches a pitch just go a little bit high. 1-0. So Mount Michael, a couple of hits now. They have 2 hits, 1 walk, bases loaded. This is popped up behind home plate, and it will go just behind the Wingnut crowd as Rowan Murdoch had a charge on it. He had the best look at it from everyone. Preston Petrosky, pitch inside. It almost clipped him. He stepped out of the way just enough. 1 ball, 2 balls, 1 strike, 3 on and 2 outs. This is hit over to third. Brainerd is there. A heavy throw to first is in time to end the inning. It's 2 hits, 1 walk, 1 run, and 3 left on for ETC Mount Michael. We're tied at 1 going to the second on BSDN Live.
For the Knights, there's 1 run on 2 hits, there's 1 error, and 3 left on.
Renovation Services. With a wealth of industry experience, we have cultivated an impeccable reputation for our extraordinary artisanship, meticulous attention to detail, and unwavering commitment to exceeding customer expectations. Reach out to Valley Construction today to embark on a remodeling journey where your vision is cherished and exceptional results are guaranteed. ValleyNEconstruction@gmail.com. At Valley Construction, our team of dedicated professionals is driven by a singular purpose, bringing your unique vision to life through our unrivaled design, build, remodel, and renovation services. With a wealth of industry experience, we have cultivated an impeccable reputation for our extraordinary artisanship, meticulous attention to detail, and unwavering commitment to exceeding customer expectations. Reach out to Valley Construction today to embark on a remodeling journey where your vision is cherished and exceptional results are guaranteed. ValleyNEconstruction@gmail.com.
Strength and conditioning training, we have the staff and facility for you. Reserve a time. Check us out at elkhorntrainingcamp.com. Elkhorn Training Camp is Omaha's premier indoor sports facility for youth athletes. We offer world-class training and facilities with open practice areas, lessons, camps, and clinics. Whether it's baseball, softball, soccer, strength and conditioning training, we have the staff and facility for you. Reserve a time. Check us out at elkhorntrainingcamp.com. Elkhorn Training. Thanks to Elkhorn Training Camp for being a sponsor of the 2024 Nebraska American Legion Class B Junior State Tournament here in Valley. And here is their team, the ETC Mount Michael Juniors, and there's a 1-pitch ground out to third. Max Teeters delivers a strike, and there's 1 away here in the top of the second.
Brainerd grounds out to the third baseman to start the inning off, and the first out of the inning. That'll now bring up the pitcher, number 27, Jack Landauer.
So each team plates a run. In the first inning, for the Wingnuts, they had 1 hit, 1 walk, and 1 left on. And for ETC Mount Michael, they had 2 hits, 1 walk, and 3 left on as they left the bases loaded. In their inning of work, here's Jack Landauer. Hard hit past the diving glove of Teeter. And he will stop at first with a 1-out, 1-pitch single. And Jack Landauer, the pitcher, trying to get things going himself.
Landauer with a base hit down the left field line. That'll now bring up the DH, number 1, Tucker Core.
An elimination game here this afternoon.
Kai Jorgensen.
Kai Jorgensen will run. And here's the DH, Tucker Korb, coming in with 1 on and 1 out for Waterloo Valley, trying to take the lead back. They led 1-0 after the first half of the first inning. They now have it tied up again, 1 out and 1 on. Jocelyn on the mound for ETC, and a pickoff play back to first, and it gets away from Schieber. It'll go all the way into foul territory, and sliding in is Kai Jorgensen, and he's now into scoring position.
You have to know who your runners are as a pitcher. Jorgensen is not. He's a backup catcher. He is not known for his speed. He's not going anywhere.
He's not looking to steal in a situation
not
like
at
that.
All. Let's just go after. You're at 8-9 here coming up. Let's go after the batter.
So the Wingnuts have had some base runners here this afternoon. Last night they only had 3 hits and 1 walk to have 5 base runners total against West Point. And Korb sends one into shallow left, and Wewell, the center fielder, comes over into the gap to make the catch, and there's 2 away.
Korb flies out to the center fielder for the second out of the inning. That'll now bring up the left fielder, number 10, Josue Lopez.
So Tucker just gets under a ball, and there's 2 outs for batter number 9 and left fielder Josue Lopez. A pickoff play back to second, and Kai Jorgensen's back. He's like, what's happening? I don't usually doesn't receive that many pickoff plays.
Hey,
so
we're having issues with the scoreboard going in and out.
Left field Lopez is a pitch that goes high.
10-4, I think correct here. I'll find him.
It's Jorgensen running for Jack Landauer over there at second as a courtesy runner for the pitcher. And Jocelyn right now trying to prevent the card from flipping over and getting back to the top of the order here for the Wingnuts with a runner in scoring position. It's a 2-0 count. Swung on a miss on a pitch way low and outside. Lopez did not play last night for the Wingnuts. He came in as a couple courtesy runners, but he did not have an at-bat. So he gets the start here in this elimination game, batting ninth and playing out in left field. And as far as Mount Michael goes, Jocelyn yesterday for ETC, he played center field. Outside, a call to strike on Lopez, and the count goes full. That was a good pitch from Nolan Jocelyn that time. Full count, and he got Jose Lopez to really chase it. He'll have to run down to first, but that's strike three, out number three. It's one hit, no walks, no runs, and one left on for the Wingnuts. To the bottom of the second we go. Tied at 1. You're tuned in to BSDN Live.
Woodhouse Auto Family is the home of 21 brands with over 1,100 pre-owned, certified pre-owned, and over 5,600 vehicle selection that can be found at woodhouse.com or visit one of their locations just down the road from anywhere you're at. Woodhouse has proudly been serving the customers and communities since 1975 with a goal to provide you with a buying and servicing experience that builds a trusted partnership for a lifetime. Find them at woodhouse.com. Woodhouse Auto Family is the home
168th and West Dodge Road for all of your sporting goods and apparel needs. Shields is a proud supporter of Post 58 Legion Baseball. Stop by Village Point at 168th and West Dodge Road for all of your sporting goods and apparel needs. Shields is a proud supporter of Post 58 Legion Baseball. Stop by Village Point at 168th and West Dodge Road for all of your sporting goods and apparel needs. Shields is a proud supporter of Post 58 Legion Baseball. Stop by Village Point at 168th and West Dodge Road for all of your sporting goods and apparel needs. Shields is a proud supporter of Post 58 Legion Baseball. Stop by Village Point at 168th and West Dodge Road for all of your sporting goods and apparel needs. Shields is a proud supporter of Post 58 Legion Baseball. Stop by Village Point at 168th and West Dodge Road for all of your sporting goods and apparel needs. Gregorich Plumbing is a proud sponsor of Waterloo Valley Post 58 Legion Baseball. Give them a call at 402-359-9117 for all of your install. Austin McNorton and Matt Richmond back here with you on BSDN Live for day number 2 of the Nebraska American Legion Class B Junior State Tournament. Broadcasting all the games, 4 yesterday, 4 today in this double elimination bracket. Here's game number 2. One team has already been eliminated. Minden's team got taken out by Lincoln Christian in a close game. Hit hard through the hole on the left side in front of Lopez. It's another leadoff single for ETC, and this belongs to batter number 8, Anthony Gates.
Gates with the ringing single to left field. That'll now bring up the center fielder, number 25, Miles Wewell.
So it's the 8-9-1 batters due up here for ETC in the bottom of the second in a tie ball game. They now have 3 hits today. A bunt shown. It skips over the glove of Rowan Murdoch, and Anthony Gates stands at second with nobody out. Tough play for Murdoch. Is that one of those situations, Matt, where you're looking for a block rather than an attempted catch?
At all times, especially with the runner on. You've got to get your body over there.
We saw that happen against Minden earlier this morning where a ball got past Gromes and it turned into a run in a one-run game.
Right. Now, don't
It's
get
the
me
little things like that.
Right. But don't get me wrong. That is a wild pitch. But
Yes.
as a catcher,
And that's hit through the hole on the left side. Anthony Gates will hold at third. It's a base hit for Miles Wewell, and the bottom of the order comes through for the Knights. They have runners at the corners with nobody out.
Wewell with a base hit to left. That'll now bring us back to the top of the order with the second baseman, number 23, Ashton Burrows.
So the card flips over for Mount Michael as Ashton Burrows steps up. He's 1 for 1 already with a base hit. Now he has 2 runners on, and his first pitch is fouled off, and it goes behind the Mount Michael dugout and out of play. But, Matt, we talked about it a little bit this morning, and I want to reiterate it. The difference that we saw versus the 4 teams that won compared to the 4 teams that lost was the bottom of the order came through.
Absolutely. That's very key.
And there's a strike, and the runner goes down to second successfully, so Wewell is into scoring position for Mount Michael. So a good sign here for the Knights is their 8-9 guys are both 1 for 1 with singles and both in scoring position with nobody out.
Yeah. Now it's the job of the top of the order now to bring them in.
Exactly. Yep, exactly right. Because, yeah, in Central City's case, their bottom of the order brought in a lot of runs.
Yes.
In Alliance's case, in West Point's case, their bottom of the order got on base and got brought in by their top of the order. So, yeah, you're exactly right. And that plunks them, and the bases are loaded with still nobody out.
Burrows hit by pitch to load the bases. That'll now bring up the third baseman, number 3, Max Teeter.
It's Anthony Gates at third, Miles Wewell at second, Ashton Burrows at first after getting hit in the back. The bases are loaded, nobody out for the third baseman, Max Teeter. Max, this is the right guy in the spot for ETC. The bases are loaded, nobody's out, and Max Teeter comes to the plate, leading the team in batting average with a .413 and a lead on the team in on-base percentage at .548. So right guy in the right spot for sure here for ETC, but he falls behind quickly in the count 0-2.
Yeah, I mean, this is their dude. This is the guy you want up in the situation.
Yeah.
This is their dude.
Bases loaded, nobody out. The infield is in for the Wingnuts. And here's the pitch. Off the end of the bat, and it will go foul. And, yeah.
Let it go foul.
Just hits off the
railing.
Yeah, I was like, did it go? Yeah, it did go into the parking lot. It
Yep.
hit off the top of the yellow railing down the right field line, and it went to the crowd side instead of the field side. So there were a lot of kids chasing that. They wanted a concession stand treat. And there's a pitch high and inside. Max Teeter's 0 for 1 as he popped out to Colton Wilmot in shallow right field his first time up.
See, there's a good pitch. You go up and in, give him his eyes something different to see, now come with a curveball.
See what Landauer does here as Teeter steps out. In the area, as he ropes one to straightaway left. Tough play for Lopez. He makes the catch. Tagging from third. A good throw, and it's cut off by
missed.
Murdoch just up the line. A good effort from Jose Lopez, but it's a sac fly for Max Teeter and a run scored. Mount Michael takes the lead.
Teeter with a sac fly, scoring a runner from third. That'll now bring up the DH, number 37, Jamison Berry.
So the leadoff single from Anthony Gates gives ETC Mount Michael the lead 2-1 on the sac fly from Max Teeter. That was honestly a good effort from Jose Lopez, though, Matt.
Yeah, that was a good throw.
And the first pitch into Jamison Berry is high. Jamison's the DH this afternoon for the Knights. He's 0 for 1 with a fly out to Mason Pettit in center field.
Yeah, that play by Pettit was a good play.
Yeah, it was
Slide.
in shallow center, and him and Colton Wilmot kind of got there together, and he came sliding in and made a nice catch.
Yeah.
So he has 2 on with 1 out and a lead now. A pickoff play back to second. That's way wild. It goes into center field, but Wewell couldn't really go anywhere with it.
Well, these young kids have to realize they don't have to throw the ball.
Right, in that situation, Jack Lander didn't actually have to let go of the baseball.
No.
Knowing that even if he lets it go, he's not going to get him. He read it and was running back to second pretty quickly.
Right. But come back to Teeter's sac fly, he threw him a fastball in the near half. You know, if you throw him something, if you threw him an off-speed pitch on the outer half, he probably is pulling his body out on that. Because he got a fastball up and in. He's seen fastballs 3 times in a row. If you throw him a curveball or a changeup away, he's either going to roll over on it or he's going to miss it.
Big pitch here. 2 balls, 2 strikes. It's inside, and they're actually going to say that it hit him. And once again, the bases are loaded.
Yes, it did hit him.
Barry hit by pitch to load the bases. That'll now bring up the first baseman, number 38, Will Schieber.
So Miles Wewell goes over to third. Ashton Burrows, who got hit by a pitch in this inning, stands at second. And Jameson Barry, who just got hit, stands at first. Once again, the Knights have the bases loaded, this time with 1 out. And it comes down to the first baseman, Will Schieber, looking for his first official at-bat. A big swing and miss there, as he walked his first time up in the first inning, and he was left stranded at third in that inning. Not last inning. It was inning number 2.
Yeah.
Or 1.
1.
Now
yeah.
we're in 2, yeah. This is popped up right behind us. Did it hit the roof? No.
No, I
I
think
was wondering where those go.
Yeah. That first swing, I think it was an excuse me swing. I think he was like, he was prepared to swing, and then he was like, I'm going. Wait, nope, that's high. Too late.
Yes, exactly. Landauer would love a strikeout here and can't get it on that pitch. It was close and a good take. That's a big league take, as Matt and I like to say, from Will Schieber there.
Yeah,
that was close.
Good curveball right there.
Here's the 1-2. That's too high, and the count's even now. Nowhere to put him. He's already walked 1. He's hit 2 batters. And now 5 hits. This is hit deep to left, and Lopez comes back. It's over his head and off the bottom of the wall. 1 run scores. Coming around third is Ashton Burrows. He will score. It's a 2 RBI double for Will Schieber.
Schieber with a 2 RBI double. That'll now bring up. Oh, we got time on the field.
Time called by the Wingnuts. We'll pause for a moment and come right back with your action as ETC Mount Michael trying to pull away here early on BSDN Live. Austin McNorton and Matt Richmond back here with you on BSDN Live in the bottom of the second. ETC Mount Michael leads the Waterloo Valley Wingnuts 4-1 here in the bottom of the second inning, as they had 2 hits, a walk, and a run scored in the first inning. And here so far in inning number 2, they have 3 hits, no walks, and 3 runs scored. As on that last, it was a 2 RBI double from Will Schieber that scored Ashton Burrows from third, or Wewell from third, I should say, and Ashton Burrows from second. This is hit really hard back up the middle, drop in front of Mason Pettit. 1 run scores. Holding at third is Will Schieber, an RBI single for Cam Cerrone, and Mount Michael continuing the base hit knocks and keeping the line moving.
Cerrone with an RBI single. That'll now bring up the catcher, number 1, Ben Adesandro.
Jameson Barry scores from third on that base hit. Will Schieber moves up to third. Cerrone is now 2 for 2 this afternoon with 2 base hits and now 2 RBIs.
And we just got a balk called.
A balk gets called, so Cerrone moves up to second. Schieber scores from third. Another run for Mount Michael as they now lead 6-1.
Schieber scores on the balk.
So it's now just 1 on with 1 out in the bottom of the second. 5 runs across here in this inning. It all started with Anthony Gates' leadoff single. Wewell followed it with a single. Ashton Burrows got hit by a pitch to load the bases. Max Teeter hit a sacrifice fly to left. Jameson Barry then got hit by a pitch. Will Schieber had a 2 RBI double. Cam Cerrone just had an RBI single and then a balk. Moves him to second. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 6 runs on 6 hits. Jack Landauer just trying to stop the bleeding right now for the Waterloo Valley Wingnuts and try and keep their summer season alive. Swung on and missed. That's a huge strikeout. Murdoch will have to throw it down to first. It's a high throw, and that's a tough break for the Wingnuts as Murdoch doesn't make the throw successfully, and Ben Alessandro reaches on the dropped third strike.
Alessandro reaches on the drop third strike. Courtesy running over at first, number 12, Ethan Siegman.
So Ethan Siegman will come back on to run for the Knights. He stands over at first in place of Ben Alessandro.
The shortstop, number 5, Preston Petrovsky.
And now the Knights have brought batter number 9 here in inning number 2, as it is the 7th batter in the lineup, Preston Petrovsky. This started with the 8-9-1 hitters in this inning, and we have now gotten through the order. Petrovsky is 0 for 1 with a ground out to third in the last inning. That ended the first inning. 2 on with 1 out. 5 runs already across. Pitch low and away and in the dirt. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in on BSDN Live to our broadcast this entire state tournament. We appreciate it. Let us know where you're tuning in from on that live chat setting, who you're rooting for, all those kind of good details. If you want to shout out any players, some of those kind of things. In our last broadcast, we had Steve watching, and he gave a shout-out. And then we also had a comment from, I think his name was Kevin. I lost who it was, but now the bases are loaded with a walk. And he loved the effort from Minden in that last game. And so the Knights have now batted around.
Got time on the field.
As Petrovsky draws the walk, which advances Cam Cerrone to third. Ben Alessandro to second. Petrovsky stands at first. And I think we might have a pitching change for the Wingnuts. We'll get all the details for you coming up next on BSDN Live.
Shields is a proud supporter of Post 58 Legion Baseball. Stop by Village Point at 168th and West Dodge Road for all of your sporting goods and apparel needs.
AWS Well Company, Inc. has been providing professional, reliable, and trusted service in the water well industry for over 50 years. We take pride in being a leader in water well drilling, geothermal systems, pump sales and pump repair, agricultural irrigation system, and septic installation. Our experts can custom design and install a water system that fits your specific needs. For more details, you can contact AWS Well at 402-624-3895.
For a magical, one-of-a-kind festival featuring fabulous vintage antiques and junk vendors, along with makers, food trucks, bands, homemade apple cider and donuts, and of course those Bloody Marys. Then come to Junkstock this fall, September 27th through the 29th, and October 4th through the 6th. Head over to junkstock.com for more information about this top 10 festival in America per the USA Today. At Junkstock, we are all about peace, love, and junk. See you this fall.
The Nebraska Chiropractic Physicians Association is a professional association of chiropractic physicians whose mission is to promote and advance the chiropractic profession in the state of Nebraska. Chiropractic is natural, holistic, and patient-centered. It is a safe, drug-free, cost-effective alternative in healthcare for the whole family. Start your path to better health today. Learn more about chiropractic care and find a doctor at nebraskachiropractic.org.
Black Hills Energy is a proud sponsor of Waterloo Valley Post 58 Baseball. You need an...
Austin McNorton and Matt Richmond back here with you on BSDN Live in the bottom of the second. Game number 2 in day number 2 of the 2024 Nebraska American Legion Class B Junior State Tournament. It is the Knights of ETC Mount Michael taking on the host site, the Wingnuts of Waterloo Valley. And a new pitcher on the mound for the Wingnuts. It's first baseman Wyatt Tanike coming on the mound, the lefty, I should say. Mason Pettit comes out from center field to play first, which means Jose Lopez goes out to center field and Jack Landauer will go out to left. This is a grounder over to first. He didn't mean to do it, as it's in the batter's box right now, Preston Petrovsky, who started out this inning. Or wait, yes. Is that who it is? Or is it Gates?
Gates is batting.
Okay, thank you. My scorecard I've batted through is this is batted around now. The guy who started out the inning with a leadoff single, Anthony Gates. So he's 1 for 1 in this inning and a run scored. And he bats for the second time with 1 out and the bases loaded this time against Wyatt tonight. And he has a chopper over to third. Brainerd will throw it to home for 1 for the force out there. And there's 2 outs with the bases loaded now.
Gates grounded into fielder's choice. Runner from third, forced out at home for the first out of the inning. Second out of the inning. I'm sorry, first out of the inning. That'll now bring up
2
the center
outs.
fielder, number 25, Miles Wewell.
So there's out number 2.
I only have one.
Sacrifice fly was an out. Max Teeter.
Why do I only have one out here?
I don't know, because Max Teeter had a sac fly to left.
Was that this inning? The last
Yeah, that was in this inning. Yep. And this is a first pitch pop-up on the infield. Rowan Murdoch and tonight, and Wyatt is there, and that is out number 3. So Wyatt tonight gets out of a bases-loaded jam and doesn't give up any more runs. But ETC adds 5 and leads 6-1 on BSDN Live to the third we go. We'll be right back.
No errors and 3 left on.
For a magical one-of-a-kind festival featuring fabulous vintage antiques and junk vendors, along with makers, food trucks, bands, homemade apple cider and donuts, and of course those Bloody Marys. Then come to Junk Stock this fall, September 27th through the 29th, and October 4th through the 6th. Head over to junkstock.com for more information about this top 10 festival in America per the USA Today. At Junkstock, we are all about peace, love, and junk. See you this fall. For a magical one-of-a-kind festival featuring fabulous vintage antiques and junk vendors, along with makers, food trucks, bands, homemade apple cider and donuts, and of course those Bloody Marys. Then come to Junk Stock this fall, September 27th through the 29th, and October 4th through the 6th. Head over to junkstock.com for more information about this top 10 festival in America per the USA Today. At Junkstock, we are all about peace, love, and junk. See you this fall. For a magical one-of-a-kind festival featuring fabulous vintage antiques and junk vendors, players, parents, family members, and especially all of our fans want to give a huge thank you to the Valley American Legion Post number 58 for a special summer baseball season. The Valley, Nebraska American Legion Post number 58 is open to all veterans in the area who have served. Thank you for serving. Thank you for supporting us this entire summer, and go Wingnuts. The players, parents. Austin McNorton, Matt Richmond back here with you on BSDN Live from Frost Family Stadium and Chris Frank Field as we now go to the third inning. And the Knights of ETC Mount Michael lead the host site, the Wingnuts of Waterloo Valley, 6-1 in the top of the third. A pitch outside is called a strike. As the Wingnuts had a hit, a walk, and a run scored in the first inning, and then they had a hit that they left on in the second inning. It is the 1-2-3 hitters due up here for the Wingnuts in inning number 3, now trailing by 5. And Skydeman, he walked and scored the 1 run of the afternoon for the Wingnuts back in the first to start things off. So trying to be another leadoff base runner again. Against right-hander Nolan Jocelyn, who now has a big cushion to work with and has Skydeman down 0-2. It's now 1-2 as that skips in low and away. 1-2-1. 1 run, 2 hits, 1 error for the Wingnuts. 6 runs on 6 hits for Mount Michael, as they had 2 hits, 1 walk, 1 run, and 3 left on in inning number 1. They had 4 hits, 5 runs, and 3 left on in inning number 2, as they scored on a couple hit batters in that inning as well, and they left the bases loaded. And the count goes full now, 3-2. Jackson Skydeman stands in. And this is smoked out into deep center field. Wewell is there, makes the catch, and there's 1 away.
Skydeman flies out to the center fielder for the first out of the inning. Then I now bring up the first baseman, number 7, Mason Pettit.
And here on our broadcast on BSDN Live, we're happy to be joined by a special guest and the director of this 2024 Nebraska American Legion Class B Junior State Tournament, Rick Weiss. He's here as he is the team director of Waterloo Valley, and so he's here as the director, and there is a infield single for Mason Pettit, and he'll actually get to advance to second on the wild throw from the second baseman Burrows, who just tried to flip it out of his glove over to first, and it went way over the head of his first baseman Schieber. So Pettit stands at second now with one away as Skydeman flew out to center. So there's a runner at second with one out here for the Wingnuts in the top of the third. And Rick, just talk about first kind of what the selection process is like in order to host a tournament like this and how big of an honor that was just to get to this point.
You know, it is a huge honor, being a small community like we are, two small towns playing together. We hosted juniors area last year. Somebody must have thought we did a good job. The field looked great.
Well, the field does look great.
We have a lot of parents and board members that really help out, put in the time and effort to keep this nice. Matt does a great job on announcing games. Jason and his field crew do great work with that field. So it's very appreciated to have good parents and help.
So kind of looking at things then going forward, is this something that Valley could then host again? So how does that process work then now going forward?
So how the process goes generally for state. So it flip-flops back and forth every year to east and west. So last year, juniors was in western Nebraska. I'm not sure where that was out west, but Alliance last year.
Okay.
This year we're here. So next year it'll be somewhere a host team out west. Last year for seniors was here just north of town in Pierce. So then this year it'll be in Holdridge. So basically it flips back and forth so you can get, people traveling both directions.
So as Rowan Murdoch flies out to right, there's two away, and Mason Pettit stays at second. So, yeah, you talked about the parents, but just how important is this for the American Legion post and just being able to honor the veterans of this neck of the woods too?
It's a great honor because we have a lot of older gentlemen in our organization for our Legion post. And, of course, all Legion posts need help, need younger people. So, this year they actually helped us doing gate for our season, which so they could have some additional money to support their Legion. Also just helps up, other jobs and things we can do around here in the field to take care of. One less thing we have to do out there, them helping us and us helping them back and forth is the way it's all about. Without them, we wouldn't be able to do this.
And I don't know if you know this or not, but you might not, but how did their hamburger feed go last night? Have you heard any word on that?
I've heard it was real busy till pretty much 7 o'clock when the Wingnuts played.
Right,
it was kind of slow from 7 to 8, but it sounded like they sold out again a lot of their products, so that's really good
gosh.
for them.
Yeah, that is fantastic to hear and kind of supporting this. And so yeah, I know you kind of shouted out, but is there anybody else you wanted to thank? Because, this has been an incredible team effort, and I've been lucky to just kind of watch it from afar because you guys have started. As this is hit back up the middle, it's an RBI for Wyatt tonight. A heck of a throw from the second baseman Burrows, robbing an RBI from Wyatt tonight. And Rick, before I let you go, I will have you finish that question because I've been able to watch this from afar and see the team effort that's been put together to put on something like this. You couldn't have done it without everybody else.
No, and a shout out to the city of Valley. They had their workers here all week. They were just doing some painting and cleaning up, things like that. They mow the outfield, we take care of the infield. I'm not a very fan of heights. I put my big tail up in the lift and did a sticker at the scoreboard. Matt's always doing stuff up here if you're announcing. Jason fieldwork. Chad Murdoch, our treasurer, keeps everybody in line. Jason Jorgensen, like I said, in the field. Jamie Jorgensen. Communication is key, and I think she's huge on the over communication. Darren is our security specialist. We joke with. I'm trying not to miss anybody. We got Shannon Wilmot, who's the queen of the board. Todd Skydeman. We also have new member Matt Schlingman, younger parent, coming up. So definitely, it's a total effort. We're trying to have our elected officials for our elected members for the board, and then on top of that, we're trying to get 2 parents for every age group just keep in there so we can just kind of, hey, this is how things need to go. This is how it needs to be kept going and keep things rolling for years to come.
How can our listeners find out more about your organization and maybe offer their availability to help or continue to support? I mean, look at all these sponsors we've got rolling in the bottom right corner. We couldn't do this without them.
They're doing great work. Like our website is post58baseball.com. We also have an email address. It's info@post58baseball.com. A lot of people in town have my number, most of these guys' number. Reach out. We'll definitely, we'd love the support. We'll definitely take the additional help.
Rick, we appreciate your time. A heck of a tournament, and my gosh, you couldn't have asked for better weather, could you?
Yeah, I'm definitely glad it's not 100. Yep, thank you, BSCN, you and Kelly for being out here doing all this broadcasting. I know it's greatly appreciated. I was looking last night, and there's about 90 people watching last night's.
There's been over 450 views for every game so far, so it's been a lot of fun.
So thank you for having me.
That's Rick Weiss, the kind of quote-unquote director of this whole beast of a tournament, and boy, has it been put on really well. He's had great weather and some good baseball as the first pitch of the bottom of the third is flied to center, and the catch is made out there in center by Lopez, who moved out there now. So bottom of the third, one up, one down.
Now bring up the third baseman, number 3.
Get my scoreboard all up to date here as the ETC Mount Michael squad leads the Waterloo Valley Wingnuts 6-1 here in the bottom of the third. After they got Wyatt tonight robbed of an RBI to end the top of the third inning and back-to-back base runners that the Wingnuts have left on. It is now due up here for ETC Mount Michael. They're 1-2-3 hitters. Ashton Burrows just flew out to center field. So he's 1 for 2 today with a single, a run scored, hit by a pitch and a run scored, and a fly out to center. And Max Teeter now stands in. He's 0 for 1 with a fly out to second, and he has an RBI sacrifice fly in that second inning. This one is fouled off into the Central City fans who are starting to show up here down the right field line, all decked out in green. And that's the other thing that Rick wasn't here all day yesterday, but the fan support was unbelievable from the 8 teams here. Central City brought, I feel like their whole town. Minden definitely brought at least half their town. This is hit through the hole on the right side. It's a 1-out single, and Max Teeter's on for the first time this afternoon. With Mount Michael now 7 hits for them this afternoon and a 1-out base runner. But, boy, the fan support, not just here on our broadcast, because we know all of you have been fantastic tuning into all the games, but all the fan support coming here to Valley to the games. Lincoln Christian traveled really well this morning. Minden was really good in the 2 days. Central City was spectacular yesterday. This is hit up the middle. Skydeman will throw it to second for 1, over to first, and pulls Mason Pettit off the bag. And so advancing to second on the error is Jamison Berry, as Teeter got forced out at second. And then on the E4, Jamison Berry stands at second with 2 outs. The second error of the afternoon for the Wingnuts.
For the second out of the inning. That'll now bring up the first baseman, number 38, Will Schieber.
So there's 2 outs and a runner at second now for the first baseman, Will Schieber, who's 1 for 1 today with a 2 RBI double and a walk. So he's been pretty good in the batter's box. So Mount Michael loves a cushion. They played in the tightest game yesterday where they were trailing 3-0 to Alliance. They tied it up in the 5th inning, 3-3. And then they lost in a walk-off in the bottom of the 7th, 4-3. And this is absolutely crushed deep to left field. Landauer on the run. He can't make the he did make the catch. Well, the way that Jamison Berry was running, I didn't think he did, but a good catch made by Jack Landauer that ends the inning. So for the Knights, it's 1 hit, no walks, no runs, and 1 left on, I should say. To the 4th we go. The Knights of ETC Mount Michael lead the Waterloo Valley Wingnuts 6-1 right here on BSDN Live.
AWS Well Company, Inc. has been providing professional, reliable, and trusted service in the water well industry for over 50 years. We take pride in being a leader in water well drilling, geothermal systems, pump sales and pump repair, agricultural irrigation system, and septic installation. Our experts can custom design and install a water system that fits your specific needs. For more details, you can contact AWS Well at 402-624-3895. AWS Well Company, Inc. has been providing professional, reliable, and trusted service in the water well industry for over 50 years. We take pride in being a leader in water well drilling, geothermal systems, pump sales and pump repair, agricultural irrigation system, and septic installation. Our experts can custom design and install a water system that fits your specific needs. For more details, you can contact AWS Well at 402-624-3895. AWS Well Company, Inc. has been providing professional, reliable, and trusted service in the water well industry for over 50 years. We take pride in being a leader in water well drilling, geothermal systems, pump sales and pump repair, agricultural irrigation system, and septic installation. Our experts can custom design and install a water system that fits your specific needs. For more details, you can contact AWS Well at 402-624-3895. AWS Well Company, Inc. has been providing professional, reliable, and trusted service in the water well industry for over 50 years. We take pride in being a leader in...
Austin McNorton and Matt Richmond back here with you on BSDN Live from Frost Family Stadium and Chris Frank Field. Happy to be with you on this sunny Sunday afternoon for day number 2 of the 2024 Nebraska American Legion Class B State Tournament. It's the elimination round here this morning and the first 2 games, and now this one this afternoon, where Lincoln Christian kept their season alive by defeating Minden in a close game as Minden once again to the top of the 7th scored 3 runs and made it a 6-5 game instead of a 6-2 game. And Colton Wilmot starts things off with the leadoff walk for the Wingnuts.
Miles Brainerd.
So the Wingnuts have definitely had some base runners here. They've gotten a base runner in every single inning. That's their second walk of the afternoon and their second time they've had a leadoff walk against Nolan Jocelyn out there.
And that one scored.
Yes, correct, Matt. Yep, and that one scored. That's the one run today for the Wingnuts. It was Jackson Skydeman who had the leadoff walk, and he scored in that inning on Wyatt Tonight's ground out. That was an RBI. So, yep, Lincoln Christian, like I said, they beat Minden 6-5, so they move on to tomorrow. They will play at 4 o'clock against the loser of Alliance and West Point, which is the final game here today. Coming up next on our broadcast will be the winners' side of things, so we'll have Crete taking on Central City, and then Alliance will take on West Point tonight with the lights on. Runner at first, nobody out for the Wingnuts, and swung on and missed. I think that hit him. Miles Brainerd just got hit in the shoulder, but he swung and missed, unfortunately for him. That pitch was way high and inside, and Miles Brainerd, he's 0 for 1 with a ground out to third that started out the second inning. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Runner at first, nobody out. Good take that time from Miles in the bottom right corner off a good location from Nolan Jocelyn. And if you're the Wingnuts right now, Matt, I know a 5-run deficit seems daunting. How do you try and just chip away and get back into something like this?
One pitch at a time, one bat at a time, one hit at a time. You just got to take it that way. I mean, you can't change your swing up. You're not going to hit a 6-run home run. You're not going to turn a small little blooper into a double. Just play within your limits and then let it all work out for you. Don't overextend things, and don't take advantage of opportunities that you have, and it will all come back. But you just can't overdo things.
And there's a walk. Back-to-back walks for Waterloo Valley. They have 2 on with nobody out, and that's a way to get things started.
Brainerd draws a walk. We got time on the field.
And the Knights want to talk this one over now. Working with a 5-run cushion is Nolan Jocelyn. You wonder if his day is done. It looks like it is. We'll get all the details you need when we come back on BSDN Live.
Shields is a proud supporter of Post 58 Legion Baseball. Stop by Village Point at 168th and West Dodge Road for all of your sporting goods and apparel needs.
AWS Well Company, Inc. has been providing professional, reliable, and trusted service in the water well industry for over 50 years. We take pride in being a leader in water well drilling, geothermal systems, pump sales and pump repair, agricultural irrigation system, and septic installation. Our experts can custom design and install a water system that fits your specific needs. For more details, you can contact AWS Well at 402-624-3895.
For a magical one-of-a-kind festival featuring fabulous vintage antiques and junk vendors, along with makers, food trucks, bands, homemade apple cider and donuts, and of course those Bloody Marys, then come to Junk Stock this fall, September 27th through the 29th, and October 4th through the 6th. Head over to junkstock.com for more information about this top 10 festival in America per the USA Today. At Junkstock, we are all about peace, love, and junk. See you this fall.
The Nebraska Chiropractic Physicians Association is a professional association of chiropractic physicians whose mission is to promote and advance the chiropractic profession in the state of Nebraska. Chiropractic is natural, holistic, and patient-centered. It is a safe, drug-free, cost-effective alternative in healthcare for the whole family. Start your path to better health today. Learn more about chiropractic care and find a doctor at nebraskachiropractic.org.
Black Hills Energy is a proud sponsor of Waterloo Valley Post 58 Baseball. You need an energy partner that's always looking ahead. That's why we at Black Hills Energy are always ready to support, inspire, and drive your next adventure, whatever it may be. Because supporting your day-to-day is our everyday. And we're always here, ready.
An opportunity here for Waterloo Valley on BSDN Live. Top of the fourth, nobody out and 2 on as they trail the Knights of ETC Mount Michael 6-1. And due up is the 7-8-9 hitters for the Wingnuts, and that brings out the left fielder now, Jack Landauer, who watches a pitch go behind him. New pitcher for the Knights is the center fielder Miles Wewell coming in and onto the mound, and Nolan replaces him. Nolan Jocelyn goes out to center field. Wewell on the mound as he inherits 2 runners and nobody out. The infield is in, and it's hit through the hole on the left side. Rounding third, coming home and stopping is Colton Wilmot as he'll go back to the bag, and the bases are loaded with a single from Jack Landauer. Hit number 4 today from the Wingnuts.
Landauer with a base hit to left. That'll now bring up the DH. Number 1, Tucker Korb.
Waterloo Valley has gotten a hit in every single inning now. Colton Wilmot advances to third. Miles Brainerd to second. Jack Landauer stands at first. The bases are loaded for batter number 8, Tucker Korb. Tucker is 0 for 1 with a fly out to center field his first time up and watches a pitch skip low and away on Alessandro, and a nice play keeping that in front of him.
Yeah, Landauer actually has 2 of the 4 hits.
Yep, he's 2 for 2 today. Trying to get his team back into it as the 6 runs belong to him right now. Big spot here for the DH, Tucker Korb. Bases loaded, nobody out here for the Wingnuts. The infield is in for the Knights as Schieber and Teeter. That sounds like it could be like a, I don't even know. Schieber and Teeter. It sounds
Law
like
firm.
it. Yeah, that's it. That's exactly what I was looking for. Yep.
Schieber and Teeter, law firm. Attorneys
You've
at
been
law.
injured in an accident? Call Schieber and Teeter today. Ooh, that pitch just missed. The Knights crowd was trying to will that into existence.
Yeah,
That was close.
Barely missed.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out, bases loaded for Tucker Korb. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. A big strikeout for Miles Wewell, and there's 1 away. That's a big K right there for the team in red. And this becomes a huge at-bat for batter number 9, Jose Lopez.
New batter.
Oh, it's Kai Jorgensen coming in to bat now.
Korb goes down for the first out of the inning. That'll now bring up pitch hitting, number 44, Guy Jorgensen.
Massive spot for Kai Jorgensen here for the Wingnuts. He comes in with one out and the bases loaded. Last night, Kai was the designated hitter for Waterloo Valley. His first pitch is cut and missed. He went 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a ground out to first. Can't be a bigger spot than this with the bases loaded in the state tournament when you're down by 5. And one swing of the bat could at least cut the deficit in half. A chopper is hit over to second. Burrows is there over to first in time. So Jorgensen does get the RBI ground out. There's 2 outs, and it's a 6-2 ball game now.
Jorgensen with a ground out to second base, but gets the RBI. That'll now bring up the top of the order. Shortstop, number 2, Jackson Skyderman.
So the Wingnuts have had 2 RBI groundouts hit over to second. Wyatt Tanike had one in the first inning. Colton Wilmot scores from third. Miles Brainerd advances to third. Jack Landauer stands at second. First pitch swung on, hit to left, and the catch is made on the run by Cam Cerrone to end the side. So it's 2 walks, or it's 1 hit, 2 walks, 1 run, and 2 left on as we go to the bottom of the 4th. ETC leads 6-2 on BSDN Live, and we'll be right back.
Skyderman flies out to the left field for the 3rd out of the inning. For the Wingnuts.
Service and repair needs when it comes to plumbing, Gregorich is the experts. Once again, give them a call at 402-359-9117. Gregorich Plumbing, proud sponsors of Waterloo Valley Post 58 Baseball. Gregorich Plumbing is a proud sponsor of Waterloo Valley Post 58 Legion Baseball. Give them a call at 402-359-9117. For all of your installation, service, and repair needs when it comes to plumbing, Gregorich is the experts. Once again, give them a call at 402-359-9117. Gregorich Plumbing, proud sponsors of Waterloo Valley Post 58 Baseball. Gregorich Plumbing is a proud sponsor of Waterloo Valley Post 58 Legion Baseball. Give them a call at 402-359-9117. For all of your installation, service, and repair needs when it comes to plumbing, Gregorich is the experts. Once again, give them a call at
Funding is the #1 factoring company for the bulk trucking industry. But we're not just bulk. We factor all trailer types and any freight with over 50 years of driving, dispatching, contracting, and accounting experience in the trucking industry. Let someone who's been in your shoes handle your finances. Learn why clients use Smart Freight Funding and get started today at smartfreightfunding.com.
Leading off for the Knights in the bottom of the 4th inning. The left fielder, number 43, Cam Cerrone.
Austin McNorton, Matt Richmond back here with you on BSDN Live. Thanks everyone for tuning into our broadcast here on this Sunday afternoon. It's elimination game number 2 of 2 today. The rest of the afternoon will go to the 4 teams that won yesterday, as Lincoln Christian eliminated Minden from their state tournament hopes. And right now, the ETC Mount Michael Knights lead the host site, the Waterloo Valley Wingnuts, 6-2 here in the bottom of the 4th. And due up here for the Knights are their 5, 6, 7 hitters. And that brings Cam Cerrone into the batter's box. He is 2 for 2 this afternoon with 2 singles and an RBI as well. Pitch goes high and outside. 3 balls, 1 strike, as this is his first look at Wyatt Tanike, who came in relief in the 3rd inning in the 2nd inning, I should say, for Jack Landauer. And it's a walk.
Cerrone draws a walk. That'll now bring up the catcher, number 1, Ben Alessandro.
A leadoff walk for the Knights of ETC. Cam Cerrone stands there, and here's the catcher, Ben Alessandro. He is 0 for 2 today, but he's reached base twice. He reached on an error in the 1st inning and reached on a dropped 3rd strike in the 2nd inning. Pickoff play back to first, and Cerrone slides back safely. So he's 0 for 2 in the scorebook, but his on-base percentage is 1,000. as odd as that is.
That is very
Probably not
odd.
many people who can say that.
No.
Your batting average is at 0. Runner goes. Good throw from Murdoch. Oh, a close play at second, but Cerrone slides in safely. That was as good of an effort as you could have had from Waterloo Valley as Rowan Murdoch thought he got there, but the tag was just not laid down in time. Cerrone's in scoring position with nobody out. Rowan has had some really good throws from behind home plate in the last 2 games. He was pretty solid last night as well for the Wingnuts.
Yeah, he's had some really good throws.
Alessandro now, as far as the count goes, it's 0-2 against him with a runner at second and nobody out. Breaking pitch is slow. A hit over to short. Skydeman watches it go under him into shallow center. And once again, Alessandro reaches on the error. The 3rd time he's reached base, and he's 0 for 3. So runners at the corners now with nobody out on the 3rd error of the afternoon for the Wingnuts. Cerrone advances to 3rd. Alessandro at first, nobody out, and a courtesy runner for Mount Michael once again.
Alessandro reaches. Then I'll now bring up the shortstop, number 5, Preston Petrovsky.
And that,
Curtis running over at first, number 12, Ethan Sigmund.
yep, Ethan Siegman again. He pitched yesterday for ETC Mount Michael. Runners at the corners, nobody out. Pitch gets under the legs of Rowan Murdoch, and that will be a run. Not a great slide from Cerrone, but he got the job done. He covered the whole plate with dirt. A run scores, and Mount Michael now leads at 7-2. With a runner at second and nobody out now, as Siegman stands there as Cerrone just scored.
Yeah, that's huge because you're trying to make a comeback. You got 6-2 at that point.
You had momentum.
Yes, you needed to shut them down, and now they've scored. A couple more runs here. It's going to be in the danger zone of a short game.
You needed a quick, you had the momentum. You had a hit, 2 walks, a run in the last inning. You had a little bit of momentum on your side, and then you would have liked a 1-2-3 quick bottom half, and you give up the leadoff walk and then the error, and next thing you know, a run scores and a runner in scoring position with still nobody out. And you're right, and especially with the way that this bottom of the order has played for ETC, couple runs scored, a walk from Petrosky, who's at the plate right now, and then Anthony Gates and Miles Wewell both have a base hit and a run scored. So you're not getting left off easy with the 7, 8, 9 guys coming up now. Unfortunately for Mr. Tanaik on the mound. There's a good breaking ball that catches the bottom part of the zone. It's 3-1 when he needed it. Petrosky, he walked and was left at first. That was back in that long second inning where the Knights batted around. And he draws the walk.
Petrosky draws the walk.
That'll now bring up the right fielder, number 57, Anthony Gates.
Second walk in this inning for ETC, their 3rd walk of the afternoon. Still nobody out. They've scored 7 runs on 7 hits. Pickoff play back to second, and back there safely is Ethan Siegman, who's running in place of Ben Alessandro. Maybe I should interview him. What's it like to go 0 for 3 but get on base all 3 times?
Right.
It's a question most people probably haven't answered in their career.
And then not have to run.
Yeah, literally never run. You just get out and get on.
Right.
Technically, it's like Alessandro, both of his courtesy runners have not scored. Left at first, left at second. Right now standing at second with nobody out. Here's the pitch. Good breaking ball. Just missed the top of the zone that time for tonight. Gates, he batted twice in the second inning. He led off the second inning with a leadoff single, and he scored a run, and then he grounded into a fielder's choice when the bases were loaded. This is popped up right behind us. Over towards the umpire hangout. I don't know if hangout, whatever, what. I don't know what the right word is, but
Yeah, I'm trying to think
trailer.
of that. Yeah, the umpire. Yeah, I don't know what to use on that.
Locker room, mobile locker room.
Cottage.
Cottage, I like that the best. Hit over to third on a bouncer. Brainerd throws it to first in time for out number 1. The hardest out to get, and they're both the runners advance into scoring position with 1 away.
Gates grounds out to the third baseman for the first out of the inning. And are now bring up to the pitcher, number 25, Miles Wewell.
Bottom of the 4th, ETC Mount Michael leads the Wingnuts 7-2 here in the bottom of the 4th with 2 runners in scoring position. As Siegman moves up to third, Petrosky moves up to second. For Miles Wewell, the center fielder, who hits it over to third, Brainerd will throw it to first instead of throwing home, and a run scores. Miles looks over to his dugout. I think maybe a little confused on what he was supposed to do in that situation. So it's an RBI ground out for Wewell, and Mount Michael leads 8-2.
Wewell grounds out to the third baseman for the second out of the inning. That brings back to top of the order. Second baseman, number 23, Ashton Burrows.
So back-to-back ground outs to Miles Brainerd at third. Siegman scores from third. Petrosky advances to third.
Burrows hit by
And that's the second time this afternoon that Ashton Burrows
number 3, Max Teeter.
has been hit by a pitch. He got hit by a pitch in the second inning and came in to score. He singled in the first inning and scored. And now here's Max Teeter at the plate again. His 4th at-bat in 4 innings. Not bad.
Yeah, it's not good if you're the opposing
It's
team.
not good if you're the Wingnuts. Yeah, and now they get Ashton Burrows caught in a rundown, and what do the Wingnuts do? They throw it home, and scoring a run from third is Preston Petrosky. And they lead 9-2 here in the bottom of the 4th now, with a runner at second and 2 outs. So good base running there by Ashton Burrows, intentionally trying to get caught in a rundown. He did so successfully, forcing the Wingnuts to play back and forth a little bit. And then Scheidemann tried throwing it home through Rowan Murdoch up the line, which allowed Preston Petrosky to score from third. And Burrows stands at second. This is popped up in foul territory over towards the Mount Michael dugout. That's where Mason Pettit makes the catch for out number 3. But the Knights add 3 more onto their lead. It's a 9-2 Knights lead going to the 5th on BSDN Live.
Shields is a proud supporter of Post 58 Legion Baseball. Stop by Village Point at 168th and West Dodge Road for all of your sporting goods and apparel needs.
AWS Well Company, Inc. has been providing professional, reliable, and trusted service in the water well industry for over 50 years. We take pride in being a leader in water well drilling, geothermal systems, pump sales and pump repair, agricultural irrigation system, and septic installation. Our experts can custom design and install a water system that fits your specific needs. For more details, you can contact AWS Well at 402-624-3895.
For a magical, one-of-a-kind festival featuring fabulous vintage antiques and junk vendors, along with makers, food trucks, bands, homemade apple cider and donuts, and of course those Bloody Marys. Then come to Junk Stock this fall, September 27th through the 29th, and October 4th through the 6th. Head over to junkstock.com for more information about this top 10 festival in America per the USA Today. At Junkstock, we are all about peace, love, and junk. See you this fall.
The Nebraska Chiropractic Physicians Association is a professional association of chiropractic physicians whose mission is to promote and advance the chiropractic profession in the state of Nebraska. Chiropractic is natural, holistic, and patient-centered. It is a safe, drug-free, cost-effective alternative in healthcare for the whole family. Start your path to better health today. Learn more.
Austin McNorton and Matt Richmond back here with you on BSDN Live for day number 2, elimination game number 2 today, between the Knights of ETC Mount Michael and the Wingnuts, the host site of Waterloo Valley. Here at Frost Family Stadium, Chris Frank Field, the sun shining, perfect weather here on a Sunday afternoon for some summer baseball. Due up for the Wingnuts here in the top of the 5th are the 2, 3, 4 hitters, and Mason Pettit, he's coming in pretty good, 2 for 2 here this afternoon. But now in a 7-run deficit, 9-2 our score here in the top of the 5th. And looking at what Mason did last night for the Wingnuts against West Point, he had one of the 3 hits. He went 1 for 3 with a single last night against Colby Anderson for West Point, who pitched the whole game.
Yeah, I think he's been the only offensive star we've got right now.
Yep, I would probably agree. Jack Landauer's playing really good today. He's also 2 for 2, but last night, Jack went 0 for 2. This is hit over to third, and a nice play made. Was that third or short?
No, that was the pitcher, Wewell.
Okay, yeah, I was like, I didn't get a great look at it. So Wewell with the ground out.
The pitcher for the first out of the inning. That'll now bring up the catcher, number 15, Rowan Murdoch.
1 up, 1 down in the top of the 5th, and that brings up Rowan Murdoch to the plate. He's 0 for 2 with a pop out to the second baseman and a pop out to right field. As a couple more people wearing green starting to show up for Central City. Their crowd was electric yesterday. First pitch is blooped in the infield right over to Petrosky, the shortstop, and there's 2 away.
Murdoch pops out to the shortstop for the second out of the inning. That'll now bring up the pitcher, number 18, Wyatt Tonight.
Wyatt is 0 for 2 with an RBI ground out in the first inning and then a ground out to second in the third inning. So he's trying to avoid Ashton Burrows at second base spot today.
Right.
So 0 for 2, Ashton Burrows has gotten the best of him. He did get that RBI, though, in that first inning, which gave the Wingnuts their lead, 1-0, the only lead that they've had here in the state tournament.
Yeah, the funny thing with Tonight, yesterday was the shortstop. He kept on hitting it, too.
Yeah, it was. Let's take a look at that. Yeah, good point. And this is hit. Oh, my gosh, Matt, you willed that into existence. Petrosky over to first in time. That's your fault, my friend. And that ends the top of the 5th as Wyatt Tonight grounds out to the shortstop because Matt said he was going to. We're going to a commercial break, and we'll be right back on BSDN Live.
Tonight grounds out to the shortstop.
At Valley Construction, our team of dedicated professionals is driven by a singular purpose, bringing your unique vision to life through our unrivaled design, build, remodel, and renovation services. With a wealth of industry experience, we have cultivated an impeccable reputation for our extraordinary artisanship, meticulous attention to detail, and unwavering commitment to exceeding customer expectations. Reach out to Valley Construction today to embark on a remodeling journey where your vision is cherished and exceptional results are guaranteed. ValleyNEconstruction@gmail.com.
Camp is Omaha's premier indoor sports facility for youth athletes. We offer world-class training and facilities with open practice areas, lessons, camps, and clinics. Whether it's baseball, softball, soccer, strength and conditioning training, we have the staff and facility for you. Reserve a time. Check us out at elkhorntrainingcamp.com. Elkhorn Training Camp is Omaha's premier indoor sports facility for youth athletes. We offer world-class training and facilities with open practice areas, lessons, camps, and clinics. Whether it's baseball, softball, soccer, strength and conditioning training, we have the staff and facility for you. Reserve a time. Check us out at elkhorntrainingcamp.com. Elkhorn Training Camp is Omaha's premier indoor sports facility for youth athletes. We offer world-class training and facilities with open practice areas, lessons, camps, and clinics. Whether it's baseball, softball, soccer, strength and conditioning training, we have the staff and facility for you. Reserve a time. Check us out at elkhorntrainingcamp.com. Elkhorn.
To the bottom of the 5th we go. Austin McNorton and Matt Richmond here with you on BSDN Live. First pitch is into shallow right, and Van Buren comes in to make the catch.
To the right fielder for the first out of the inning. That'll now bring up the first baseman, number 38, Will Schieber.
As that was the designated hitter, Jamison Berry, with a one-pitch fly out to right field to start out the bottom of the 5th. As ETC holding on to a 7-run lead, 9-2. Trying to maybe end the game here if they score a run in this bottom half of the inning. In a run rule. As definitely would be satisfying for the Knights crew after they lost in a walk-off last night to Alliance. Thank you so much. Starting to get a little warmer out there today.
I think we're having issues with our scoreboard. Well,
and this is outside, called a strike.
there's no 0 on the 5 for our visitors.
So Will Schieber is 1 for 2 today with a double and a line out to left and a walk in the first inning. This is flown out to right and coming in fair territory. Van Buren makes another catch, and there's 2 away. So back-to-back nice plays by Van Buren out in right field for Waterloo Valley. 2 up, 2 down. And that brings up Cam Cerrone into the batter's box. Cam has really seen the ball well in this right-handed spot today. He is 2 for 2 with 2 singles, a walk and a run scored. This has popped up in foul territory, and it will go behind the Knights dugout and out of play.
That's why I studied there for a second. I was like, I thought we were in the 5th inning.
And this is popped up in shallow right. And this time Colton Wilmot will rob Van Buren of getting all 3 outs. But it's the first 1-2-3 inning for the Wingnuts in the bottom of the 5th. Good job by Tanike in that inning. And ETC Mount Michael leads 9-2, going to the 6th on BSDN Live, and we'll be right back.
Smart Freight Funding is the #1 factoring company for the bulk
The
trucking
Athlete
industry.
Factory, you can be the best player you can be, all while practicing indoors. Then in Waterloo, Nebraska, the Athlete Factory specializes in indoor softball, baseball, soccer, and basketball training. Some services include facility rentals, lessons, and camps. Here at the Athlete Factory, we pride ourselves on teaching skills to better players and teams. So if this sounds like a good opportunity to parents or coaches, you can find us at our Facebook page, The Athlete Factory Nebraska, or schedule an appointment on the website, which will lead you straight to scheduling
For a
today.
magical one-of-a-kind festival featuring fabulous vintage antiques and junk vendors, along with makers, food trucks, bands, homemade apple cider and donuts, and of course those Bloody Marys. Then come to Junkstock this fall, September 27th through the 29th, and October 4th through the 6th. Head over to junkstock.com for more information about this top 10 festival in America per the USA Today. At Junkstock, we are all about peace, love, and junk. See you this fall. For a magical one-of-a-kind festival featuring fabulous vintage antiques and junk vendors, along with makers, food trucks, bands, homemade apple cider and donuts, and of course those Bloody Marys. Then come to Junkstock this fall, September 27th through the 29th, and October 4th through the 6th. Head over to junkstock.com for more information about this top 10 festival in America per the USA Today. At Junkstock, we are all about peace, love, and junk. See you this fall.
Austin McNorton and Matt Richmond back here with you on BSDN Live as we head to the top of the 6th. The Wingnuts of Waterloo Valley lead the the ETC Knights of Mount Michael lead Waterloo Valley here 9-2. In the top of the 6th in the Nebraska American Legion Class B Junior State Tournament. This is day number 2, game number 2. And due up for the Wingnuts here in the 6th are the 5, 6, 7 batters, and that brings Colton Wilmot into the batter's box. He's 0 for 1 with a looking strikeout, but he had a walk to lead off the 4th inning and scored one of the 2 runs this afternoon for the Wingnuts. And so this is his first look at Miles Wewell, as he was one of the last 2 batters that got to look at Nolan Jocelyn, who walked Wilmot and Brainerd. Those were the last 2 batters that Nolan Jocelyn faced. Walked them both, got pulled for Miles Wewell, and he's done it ever since. And Miles has given up 1 hit, and he has sat down 6 in a row. And this is fouled off down the right field line and out of play. And the count currently sits at 3-2 on Colton Wilmot. Colton was the pitcher last night for the Wingnuts against the Bombers of West Point, who tough offense to go against. He ducks out of the way. Another leadoff walk for Colton Wilmot. Very nicely done.
Wilmot draws a walk. That'll now bring up the third baseman, number 34, Miles Brainerd.
So another leadoff walk for Colton Wilmot. And that brings up the third baseman, Miles Brainerd, who walked, and he was left stranded at third in that 4th inning when the Wingnuts left 2 runners in scoring position and couldn't score either. But as far as the batter's box go for Wilmot last night, he went 1 for 2. He was one of the 3 hits for the Wingnuts. Miles Brainerd in the batter's box. He went 0 for 3 with a strikeout, a fly out to the first baseman, and a line out to the first baseman. He had probably the hardest hit ball of the night. That was taken by Smith, the first baseman, who just robbed him of a single to right field. And this is low. I thought that was my phone for a second, and I was like, how in the world did I just do that? Brainerd ready. Over at first is Wilmot. And it's 3 balls and 1 strike. Good hitters count here for Brainerd. He'd love to walk again if he could here in the top of the 6th. Just to try and create a little bit of action here. This is hit pretty hard out into right field and right at Gates, who makes the catch for out number 1. One out, one on.
To the right fielder for the first out of the inning. That'll now bring up the left fielder, number 27, Jack Landauer.
So here's one of the hot bats this afternoon for the Wingnuts, Jack Landauer. He's 2 for 2 with 2 singles, and he's been left stranded at second twice, unfortunately. So trying to keep his offensive momentum going. First pitch is roped to left and foul. That's really solid contact, but just in front.
Yep, and that's lost forever. Never going to see that ball again.
No, probably not. Out there in the trees. I don't think anyone's going to return that one for a treat. And this one will stay on the infield. Best case scenario there for the Knights. An infield pop-up. There's 2 outs and a runner at first.
Landauer pops out to the first baseman for the second out of the inning. That'll now bring up the DH, number 1, Tucker Korb.
So Landauer was great, 2 for 2, and then when he needed to be great, just couldn't, and he got under it. And here's Tucker Korb now standing in. He's 0 for 2 with a fly out to center and a strikeout in the 4th inning. His second look against Miles Wewell, who struck him out when they were 2 on and nobody out. As Jack Landauer got a hit, and then Tucker Korb struck out. Here's the pitch. Good breaking ball. Just missed the top left corner. But that looked pretty good from up here, and it's 2-0. A 9-2 lead for the Knights as they're looking to advance to play tomorrow at 1 o'clock. They will take on the loser of our next game, either Crete or Central City, tomorrow at 1 o'clock in the losers bracket. So back-to-back 1 o'clock games for the winner of this game. Pitch high, ball 4, and Tucker Korb is on for the first time this afternoon. 2 out base runners.
Korb draws the walk, puts runners on first and second. That'll now bring up the center fielder, number 10, Josue Lopez.
So Lopez comes back in. Kai Jorgensen batted for him in the last inning and had an RBI ground out hit over to second. Jose Lopez is 0 for 1 with a strikeout, and now they pick off Colton Wilmot at second, throwing over to third. He's tagged out, so Colton Wilmot gets picked off a second to end the side. It's no hits, 2 walks, no runs, and 1 left on as we go to the bottom of the 6th. ETC Mount Michael leads at 9-2 on BSDN Live, and we will be right back after this.
is a proud sponsor of Waterloo Valley Post 58 Baseball. At Lightning Exteriors, we offer a comprehensive range of exterior services to cater to your specific needs. Whether it's roofing, siding, gutters, or other exterior enhancements, our team has the expertise and experience to deliver exceptional results. We understand the unique challenges of our regions and ensure that our solutions are tailored to withstand the local climate conditions. To learn more, head over to lightning-exteriors.com. Lightning Exteriors is a proud sponsor of Waterloo/Western Star truck dealerships in the U.S. with locations in 18 cities across the Midwest. In business since 1975, our product line features Freightliner, Western Star, Thomas Built buses, and Ottawa trucks. TCC also provides parts and service, full maintenance, fleet management, leasing and rental, and even has on-site body shops at several locations to help get you back on the road and keep you there. Visit truckcentercompanies.com for more information. Truck Center
AWS Well Company, Inc. has been providing professional, reliable, and trusted service in the water well industry for over 50 years. We take pride in being a leader in water well drilling, geothermal systems, pump sales and pump repair, agricultural irrigation system, and septic installation. Our experts can custom design and install a water system that fits your specific needs. For more details, you can contact AWS Well at 402-624-3895. AWS Well Company, Inc. has been providing professional, reliable, and trusted service in the water well industry for over 50 years. We take pride in being a leader in water well drilling, geothermal.
Austin McNorton and Matt Richmond back here with you on BSD in live for the bottom of the sixth. ETC Mount Michael leads the Waterloo Valley Wingnuts 9-2, and it starts with a leadoff hit batter here in the bottom of the sixth. So, Alessandro continues his perfect on base percentage, even though he's 0 for 3.
Courtesy running number 12, Ethan Sigmund.
I didn't even get a chance to talk about it.
Number 5, Preston Petrosky.
I wanted to come on the broadcast and say, wonder if Alessandro will continue his unique streak and one pitch in, and he did.
He did.
So he has reached on 2 errors, a dropped third strike, and a hit batter. This has popped up in shallow right. Wilmot and Van Buren get there. Van Buren calls him off, and there's 1 out.
Petrosky flies out to the right fielder for the first out of the inning.
All of a sudden, Tristan Van Buren has had a lot of work out there in right field. There's been 4 straight balls hit his way. He's caught 2. Wilmot caught 1 of them, and there he catches number 3. He's done a lot of work out there in right field, and there's
Now
1 on with 1
number
out.
33, Carson Smith.
What would be the winning run for ETC Mount Michael stands at first for the new batter in the lineup for the Knights. And hit pretty hard to straightaway left. Landauer on the run towards the foul line, makes the catch, and there's 2 away on Carson Smith, who batted in place of Anthony Gates. 1 on, 2 outs.
Smith flies out to the left for the second out of the inning. That'll now bring up the pitcher, number 25, Miles Wewell.
So Miles Wewell, he started out in center field this afternoon. He's now on the mound to try and close this thing out with only 3 outs remaining. As far as the Knights defense goes, Wewell is 1 for 3 today with a single and a run scored in the second inning, a part of that 5-run second inning for ETC. He also popped out to the pitcher in that inning as well and grounded out to third in the 4th inning. Runner goes, pitch high and outside. Murdoch, a good throw. It bounces in on Colton Wilmot, and so getting there standing is who's courtesy running out there at second? Is it Siegman again?
Yeah, Siegman.
Okay, yep. So Siegman stands at second now with 2 outs. And this one gets away from Murdoch, and the winning run now stands at third with 2 outs for ETC Mount Michael. Still Wyatt Tanike out there, the lefty for Waterloo Valley. Tanike out there on the mound. Wewell trying to quote-unquote walk it off. He's either going to do that or pitch the top of the 7th to win it for Mount Michael. Did they intentionally do that?
Yep.
Okay.
We will intentionally put on, that'll now bring up the leadoff hitter. The second baseman, number 23, Ashton Burrows.
So the Wingnuts intentionally put Miles Wewell on. So there's runners at the corners now
Don't know why.
with 2 outs. Yeah, I was going to ask you why, Matt.
I don't.
And this is hit hard to left. Landauer is there, makes the catch on the chalk, and that's out number 3. So it's no hits, 1 walk, no runs, and 2 left on for ETC. We go to the top of the 7th. The Knights lead 9-2 on BSDN Live, and we'll be right back after this.
About chiropractic care and find a doctor at nebraskachiropractic.org. The Nebraska Chiropractic Physicians Association is a professional association of chiropractic physicians whose mission is to promote and advance the chiropractic profession in the state of Nebraska. Chiropractic is natural, holistic, and patient-centered. It is a safe, drug-free, cost-effective alternative in healthcare for the whole family. Start your path to better health today. Learn more about chiropractic care and find a doctor at nebraskachiropractic.org. The Nebraska Chiropractic Physicians Association is a professional association of chiropractic physicians whose mission is to promote and advance the chiropractic profession in the state of Nebraska. Chiropractic is natural, holistic, and patient-centered. It is a safe, drug-free, cost-effective alternative in healthcare for the whole family. Start your path to better health today. Learn more about chiropractic care and find a doctor at nebraskachiropractic.org. The Nebraska Chiropractic Physicians Association is a professional association of chiropractic physicians whose mission is to promote and advance the chiropractic profession in the state of Nebraska. Chiropractic is natural, holistic, and patient-centered. It is a safe, drug-free, cost-effective alternative in healthcare for the whole family. Start your path to better health today. Learn more about chiropractic care and find a doctor at nebraskachiropractic.org. The Nebraska Chiropractic Physicians Association is a professional association of chiropractic physicians whose mission is to promote and advance the chiropractic profession in the state of Nebraska. Chiropractic is natural, holistic, and patient-centered. It is a safe, drug-free, cost-effective alternative in healthcare for the whole family. Start your path to better health today. Learn more about chiropractic care and find a doctor at nebraskachiropractic.org.
Final chance for the Wingnuts this summer. Waterloo Valley trails the Knights of ETC Mount Michael 9-2 here on BSDN Live as we join in the top of the 7th. The 9-1-2 hitter is due up here for the team in white. Against Miles Wewell, the right-hander, still out there on the mound for ETC Mount Michael. And Jose Lopez stands up. He's 0 for 1 today with a strikeout in the 2nd inning. Kai Jorgensen batted for him in the 4th inning and he had an RBI ground out. And he was left at the plate when Colton Wilmot got picked off to end the top of the 6th inning. So he comes back in the 7th inning in the batter's box. And it's 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 balls, 2 strikes now. Red fish, blue fish, right?
Right.
And there's a beautiful breaking ball. Maybe the best pitch of the afternoon from Miles Wewell as he gets Lopez frozen solid. 1 up, 1 down.
Lopez goes down for the first out of the inning. That'll now bring us back to the top of the order with the shortstop, number 2, Jackson Skyderman.
Nothing, that's just, Matt, that's a good pitch right there.
Oh, yeah, that's a 2-2 count. You just break that curveball, drop right off the table. Yeah, that's a great pitch right there.
Jose Lopez just sat there and watched it the whole way, and there's a pitch that misses high on Jackson Skyderman. Jackson is 0 for 2 today with a fly out to center, a line out to left, a walk, and a run scored. One of the 2 runs scored for Waterloo Valley here today. This is a great location in the bottom right corner, 1-1. Skyderman will bat 4 times today against Mount Michael, as will Mason Pettit at the very least. Everyone else batting just 3 times. Pettit is 2 for 3 with 2 singles, so he could add on to his total potentially. And that's kind of the fun thing. You know, this might not have been the season that the Wingnuts wanted. There's a foul ball down the third base side in terms of record, but Matt, you're definitely getting some experience for some of these guys going into definitely next spring and next summer as well.
Yeah, a lot of these guys are getting a lot of opportunities, to get this experience, because especially in the summertime, because our schedule's a little harder because we play Class B in the summer and Class C in the spring. So we face a lot of teams that we don't see in the spring, in the summer. And so you see, in all honesty, you see better competition in the summertime than you do in the spring. Especially you go travel on some tournaments and stuff like that. That makes a big difference as well. So, yeah, this is a good experience for them, even though this is probably going to be the end of the season. But they will get back into it, into the Voss, Coach Voss and Coach Wilmot will get them back into a off season.
This is a hot corner over to third, and Max Teeter can't make the play, so Mason Pettit keeps the season alive for the Wingnuts for now as he's on with one out.
Skydeman with a base hit to the left. That'll now bring up the first baseman, number 7, Mason Pettit.
So that's the first hit of the state tournament for Jackson Skydeman. She's now 1 for 3 today with a one-out single in the top of the 7th, his second time being on base today. For Mason Pettit, who's 2 for 3 today. Trying to keep the line moving and, make something happen here. Trying to pull a little Minden energy off. Pickoff play back to first, and Skydeman's back safely. That'll be the new phrase. Get a little Minden rally going.
Minden rally. Give him the old Minden.
On the top of the 7th, that seems like it's when Minden was like, all right, let's start playing for real. It's so interesting. This is hit to straightaway center, a little bit short, and the second baseman, Burrows, comes out to make the catch, and there's 2 away. And the Wingnuts down to their final out of the summer.
Pettit pops out to the second baseman for the second out of the inning. That'll now bring up the catcher, number 15, Rowan Murdoch.
Rowan Murdoch will come to the plate now. Looking at who we might talk to for ETC Mount Michael, this is kind of tough. It's been so good for the Knights today. It's been much more of a team effort than one individual who stood out. I mean, Alessandro reached base all 4 times, but he went 0 for 3. So, you probably talked to Cam Cerrone is probably who we're looking at. He went 2 for 3 today with 2 singles, a walk, and a run scored. It's probably who you're looking at as a player of the game for ETC Mount Michael today. But really, it was much more of a team effort today. Both Nolan Jocelyn and Miles Wewell pitched really well. And just about, literally every single player, 1 through 9, reached base. Whether it was after a hit, a walk, an error, they all are hit by a pitch, they all reached. And Rowan Murdoch at the plate, he's 0 for 3 for Waterloo Valley, and he has 2 balls and 2 strikes against him. In the top of the 7th with the runner at first and 2 outs.
This has been a quick game, too.
It has been, and there is strike 3 called, and that's how the Waterloo Valley season comes to an end as ETC Mount Michael wins it by a score of 9-2. We'll be back to wrap it all up and get a chance to talk to Cam Cerrone of Mount Michael when we come back on BSDN Live.
Shields is a proud supporter of Post 58 Legion Baseball. Stop by Village Point at 168th and West Dodge Road for all of your sporting goods and apparel needs.
AWS Well Company, Inc. has been providing professional, reliable, and trusted service in the water well industry for over 50 years. We take pride in being a leader in water well drilling, geothermal systems, pump sales and pump repair, agricultural irrigation system, and septic installation. Our experts can custom design and install a water system that fits your specific needs. For more details, you can contact AWS Well at 402-624-3895.
For a magical one-of-a-kind festival featuring fabulous vintage antiques and junk vendors, along with makers, food trucks, bands, homemade apple cider and donuts, and of course those Bloody Marys. Then come to Junkstock this fall, September 27th through the 29th, and October 4th through the 6th. Head over to junkstock.com for more information about this top 10 festival in America per the USA Today. At Junkstock, we are all about peace, love, and junk. See you this fall.
The Nebraska Chiropractic Physicians Association is a professional association of chiropractic physicians whose mission is to promote and advance the chiropractic profession in the state of Nebraska. Chiropractic is natural, holistic, and patient-centered. It is a safe, drug-free, cost-effective alternative in healthcare for the whole family. Start your path to better health today. Learn more about chiropractic care and find a doctor at nebraskachiropractic.org.
Black Hills Energy is a proud sponsor of Waterloo Valley Post 58 Baseball. You need an energy partner that's always looking ahead. That's why we at Black Hills Energy are always ready to support, inspire, and drive your next adventure, whatever it may be. Because supporting your day-to-day is our everyday. And we're always here, ready for what comes next. Find out more at blackhillsenergy.com.
At the Athlete Factory, you can be the best player you can be, all while practicing indoors. Down in Waterloo, Nebraska, the Athlete Factory specializes in indoor softball, baseball, soccer, and basketball training. Some services include facility rentals, lessons, and camps. Here at the Athlete Factory, we pride ourselves on teaching skills to better players and teams. So if this sounds like a good opportunity to parents or coaches, you can find us at our Facebook page, The Athlete Factory Nebraska, or schedule an appointment on the website, which will lead you straight to scheduling today.
Is it a good time to sell your house? Is it a good time to buy a house? Realtor Carrie Wilcox with Nebraska Realty knows the answer. Give her a call at 402-212-2271 today to get all these questions answered.
Smart Freight Funding is the #1 factoring company for the bulk trucking industry. But we're not just bulk. We factor all trailer types and any freight with over 50 years of driving, dispatching, contracting, and accounting experience in the trucking industry. Let someone who's been in your shoes handle your finances. Learn why clients use Smart Freight Funding and get started today at smartfreightfunding.com.
The players, parents, family members, and especially all of our fans want to give a huge thank you to the Valley American Legion Post number 58 for a special summer baseball season. The Valley, Nebraska American Legion Post number 58 is open to all veterans in the area who have served. Thank you for serving. Thank you for supporting us this entire summer, and go Wingnuts.
At Valley Construction, our team of dedicated professionals is driven by a singular purpose, bringing your unique vision to life through our unrivaled design, build, remodel, and renovation services. With a wealth of industry experience, we have cultivated an impeccable reputation for our extraordinary artisanship, meticulous attention to detail, and unwavering commitment to exceeding customer expectations. Reach out to Valley Construction today to embark on a remodeling journey where your vision is cherished and exceptional results are guaranteed. ValleyNEconstruction@gmail.com.
Gregorich Plumbing is a proud sponsor of Waterloo Valley Post 58 Legion Baseball. Give them a call at 402-359-9117. For all of your installation, service, and repair needs when it comes to plumbing, Gregorich is the experts. Once again, give them a call at 402-359-9117. Gregorich Plumbing, proud sponsors of Waterloo Valley Post 58 Baseball.
Woodhouse Auto Family is the home of 21 brands with over 1,100 pre-owned, certified pre-owned, and over 5,600 vehicle selection that can be found at woodhouse.com or visit one of their locations.
Welcome back to Frost Family Stadium, Chris Frank Field here in Valley, Nebraska. Austin McNorton, a part of our postgame show on BSDN Live after the Knights of ETC Mount Michael defeat the host site, the Wingnuts of Waterloo Valley, by a score of 9-2. We're talking to the man who shut the door on the Wingnuts, Miles Wewell, a winning pitcher, and he also today
in the batter's box. He had a single and a run scored and a walk as well. And Miles, let's start first with just the mentality of your team coming into today. You lose a heartbreaker and a walk-off win yesterday in game number 1 to a really good Alliance team. What was kind of the mentality saying, all right, now we got to work our way out of the loser's side of things?
Well, we knew we were on the wall, and we knew we had to play together, and that's what we did. We had a lot of hits, and we played together. We had productive outs, and we trusted each other.
Talk about the way your defense played today. It seems like every time that the Weenuts, even if they got a base runner on, there was just not much going for them. Do you trust your guys behind you when you're out there on the mound dealing the way you were?
Yeah, there's obviously a lot of trust, and that helps me deal the way I did because it helps me pitch because I have trust in them. I know if I just put it over the plate and they put it in play, I know that my guys will make a play behind me.
And then offensively for you guys, just talk about how effective you were. Literally every single guy, 1 through 9, got on base in some way today. What's the confidence of this team when you're in the batter's box? I mean, even if you're not getting a hit, you're either getting hit by a pitch, you're walking, you're reaching on errors, all kinds of things. You guys are just doing a good job of getting on base right now.
Yeah, we know we have to play for each other, and, we just try to grind out wins. We try to get on base anyway, and that also comes from hitting before the game. So we put a lot of effort into it. We're very deliberate, and we put a lot of effort into our hitting so we can be confident at the plate.
All right, well, you're back here in less than 24 hours, another 1 o'clock game tomorrow, not knowing who you're going against. So will you sit here and kind of watch? You're either facing a really good Crete team or an undefeated Central City team going into tomorrow. What's kind of the next 24 hours like for your squad?
Right, just keep locking in, maybe put a little bit of work in, and just be ready to come back tomorrow, have confidence in each other, and put in the work just like we did to win today.
Miles, congratulations on the win, my friend. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you.
That's Miles Wewell here with us on our post-game show on BSDN Live as they get the win by a score of 9-2 on BSDN Live. Let's go ahead and look at your final stats here today. As the first for the home team, not the home team, the host team, the Waterloo Valley Weenuts, they had 5 hits, 5 walks, 2 runs, and 7 batters left on base. Jackson Skyman, he went 1 for 3 with a single and a walk. Mason Pettit went 2 for 4 with 2 singles. Colton Wilmot went 0 for 1, but he had 2 walks and a run scored. Miles Brenner had a walk. Jack Landauer went 2 for 3 with 2 singles. Tucker Korb drew a walk. That's kind of the rundown for the Waterloo Valley Weenuts, who end their season with a 6-18 overall record. A good effort, like Matt and I talked about, just a season where there are a lot of young guys are getting a lot of experience against a really tough schedule when these Weenuts play Class B opponents such as that Mount Michael team you just saw. That's a really good team. You're playing teams like Blair. I mean, you name it, all those Class B teams who are elite. That's tough opponents, and there's a good learning year for these juniors, and if nothing else, you got to play in a state tournament. And Alliance, they hosted the state tournament last year. They went 0-2, and look where they are now. So you just never know what can happen just by getting experience like this. Next year, you might make it to a state tournament on your own merit rather than hosting it. Looking at the ETC Knights, we'll get to see them again as they live to see another day. They had 7 hits, 4 walks, 9 runs, and they left 10 batters on base. Ashton Burrows, he went 1 for 3 with a single run scored. He also scored a run after he was hit by a pitch. Max Teeter had a sacrifice fly RBI and a base hit. Jamison Berry was hit by a pitch, scored a run. He also reached on an error. Will Schieber walked, had a double and scored a run. Cam Cerrone went 2 for 3. We just talked, we were going to talk to him, but talked to Miles Wewell instead. Cam Cerrone went 2 for 3 with 2 singles, a walk, and a run scored. Pina Alessandro, the most unique stat line for the Knights, he went 0 for 3, but he reached base all 4 times as he reached on 2 errors, a dropped third strike, and he was hit by a pitch, so kind of wild there. Preston Petrosky, he walked twice and scored a run. Anthony Gates, he went 1 for 3 with a single and a run scored. And then Miles Wewell, the pitcher today, he went 1 for 3 with a single, a run scored, and a walk as well. So everybody, 1 through 9 for ETC, and you heard Miles talk about it, was really effective in the batter's box. They all reached base at some point or another in the game, and they went on to win said game by a score of 9-2 is your final. So the Wingnut season is done. Mount Michael lives to play another day tomorrow afternoon at 1 o'clock. Well, now we move to the winner's side of things. We will see undefeated Central City take on Crete coming up next right here on BSDN Live. First pitch scheduled for approximately 4 o'clock. We'll start our broadcast here in about 45 minutes. Get you set to go between the green and yellow Central City taking on the Cardinals of Crete. Should be a fun one, no doubt about that. A beautiful day here in Valley. For Miles Wewell, Matt Richmond, I've been Austin McNorton saying so long from Valley. We'll see you back here in just a little bit on BSDN Live.